Where is the equality in Hollywood for women, and why is it such an issue? The film industry, known as Hollywood, has been the sole culprit when objectifying women in the media. They use women to bring male viewers instead of developing character. Today's society is surprisingly still over-sexualizing women, even though women equality has come so far. There are many theories behind this, one of which is the male gaze theory, developed in 1975 as an essay by Laura Mulvey, named Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema. She states that men are a controlling force in cinema and have made the industry for male viewers. The male gaze happens when the direction or sound or camera puts the audience in a heterosexual male's perspective. We see this in films all the time. The camera might focus on the curves of a woman, or the sound of a sexual moan is heard rather than a fitting scream. It all comes from men's fixation with the female body, and is used to almost be a nod to the male audience. An example of this can be seen in the movie Star Trek Into Darkness. As Captain Kirk is getting ready for a mission, he needs a weapons specialist and asks female officer played by Alice Eve to help him. They need to change into special suits in order to withstand the elements of space, and the officer starts them changing. As Kirk looks with the camera following him, the officer is seen in her underwear. Now, the problem I have with this is its irrelevance. It doesn't build the story, it doesn't matter to any kind of plot. It's just so shoehorned, it doesn't really make any sense. And ultimately, it's to make this, what would have been PG movie, into a 12A. This sets up how women are seen by men in Hollywood, and once they see female characters as bodies, they start to see women as bodies as well, which leads me to my next point. The pay gap. Actresses are being made to think that they have to show skin to make it in Hollywood, and it concerns me that something is only just starting to change after 4 decades. The issues aren't just how they are over-sexualized in films, it's also how they are treated in comparison to their male colleagues. Jennifer Lawrence spoke out about the difference in pay she had from her salary compared to her fellow actors on the movie American Hustle. After the Sony hack, her and all her other actor colleagues' salaries were shown to the world, and her male co-workers received 9% of profits, while she and her female co-star Amy Adams received 7%. Keeping the mind of Jennifer Lawrence is the highest paid actress in the business currently. It feels like Hollywood just sees women as objects and wants others to see them that way. Sexual assault and harassment. It's amazing to think how far we've come since the 70s in gender equality, but for the rich and powerful, they don't care about morals or the quality of life. For all sexual assault and harassment charges, it is an everyday thing, as they don't receive the same consequences as a regular person. Hollywood is famous for sexual assault and harassment, as the industry hasn't improved its views since the 1970s. It still sees women as things, even influential women. This has become a popular topic in the media recently after the Harvey Weinstein allegations. Harvey Weinstein is a famous producer in Hollywood, has recently come under a lot of attacks for sexual harassment charges and sexual assault charges from the 1970s to modern day. He has worked with the likes of Angelina Jolie, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Cara Delevingne. Gwyneth Paltrow is a world-famous Oscar-winning actress. When she was working on the movie Emma, she was asked by Harvey to come to his suite to talk about the film as a meeting which soon turned sour as Mr. Weinstein suggested they go to the bedroom to give each other back rubs. The media industry makes it hard for women to come out as they feel like it could ruin their careers. As the men hold the power, the laws on sexual assault and harassment is also full of lots of loopholes which make it easy for those that perform those acts to get away with it with mild punishment. In conclusion, I am outraged by what I have learned in my research, and I have lost a lot of respect for the film industry. The way the world treats women has changed, and has changed for the better. I believe Hollywood has had this backwards view because of cokehead, sexist, money-mad men from the 70s, and even Mr. Weinstein used it as an excuse for why he could treat people in such a horrible way. In conclusion, the lack of equality in Hollywood, I believe, is not men's fault, but the money-hungry producers that work at the top. Hopefully, though, we live in a time of change as the women in Hollywood finally have a voice in the right places and can finally make a difference for the betterment of the industry.